Hello, it's writing workshop time. So you'll want your blue folders and you'll have your writing paper and the different tools that you have to help you with writing workshop. Remember, there's the pictures of our posters wall right on the newsletter to give you um, some refreshers if you want. I'll take a picture of this poster from today and also put that there. So if you want a closer look at that, that'll be there for you to see too. So you'll be doing writing workshop again today. And today I want you to choose some writing goals for your writing session. So again, we'll write for about 20 or 25 minutes. You'll have to set a timer and write for that amount of time. And during that writing time, there's some things that I want you to think about. Well, we'll think about them ahead of time and set some goals that you'll achieve during that writing time. You'll work to achieve those. So here's what I was brainstorming, a list of what could goals be? What kinds of things might we want to work on during writing workshop? So you might take a minute to pause the video and just think about what are all the kinds of things that we really try to do. We try our best to do these things during writing workshop. So what are some of the things that you can think of? So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can think of 2 or 3 things. What do we really work hard to do during writing workshop? Okay. So let me tell you what I came up with. And I'm sure, you see there's some blank space at the end. I'm sure if you were here with me, we could have filled in all that space. So let's look at my ideas. One of my ideas for a goal would be to make sure that when you're writing, you stretch out your words. So sound them out. Try and get as many sounds as you can. Try and get a beginning, middle, ending sound. Okay, another goal, to use lowercase letters. We've been all working on our lowercase letters. So try to use lowercase letters in your writing. To use spaces, so meatball spaces and spaghetti spaces. End marks. So think about at the end, do you need a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point? You could have a goal for the number of pages you want to write. You could say, this session I'm going to write 2 pages. Or I might write 3, or I might write 1, whatever feels just right for you. This one says focus the whole time. That means really be a focused writer. If you feel your attention starting to wander towards something else, say, wait a minute, it's writing time. Maybe reread what you're doing. Think about where you are, re-energize yourself, and keep on writing. This one says, use neat handwriting. No stylus writing. Make sure your letters are formed neatly. They're anchored to the line, not floating away. All those things that we've been talking about. This one says, create clear pictures. So see how I kind of drew a messy picture there? And you couldn't really tell what it was that I was drawing. And then over here, I drew a better picture. And hopefully you can tell now I was trying to draw grass with a little ladybug. So do clear, neat pictures. And this one says add extra details. So if you're writing along and you think that maybe there's some extra details you could add that would make your story even better, you could add those details in. So like I said here, I saw a duck. But I could add extra details to say, I saw a big duck swimming in the lake. And that gives the readers and the people that are reading my story more information. So what I want you to do is you'll use your whiteboard. So you might need to pause it if you need to get out your whiteboard. So you'll get your whiteboard. And on your whiteboard, I want you to pick 3 of these goals that you'll be focusing on during this writing session, and I want you to do your best to try and do those 3 things the whole time. So I'll show you what I did, and you can do this when the video is done, okay? Because you will have a picture of this, and you can look at it and choose your 3 right before you get started with writing. So what I did was I chose 3 goals. The first one I chose, and I just drew a little picture to remind myself, I drew was sound out my words, stretch them out. So oh, that's a C. Ah. T, t, t. Okay, sound out your words, write what you hear. Okay, if I wrote, I saw a big duck swimming in the lake, I would choose an end mark to go at the end. Maybe a period or an exclamation point, because that one's not a question. Okay, so choose the end mark that you need. And then I said, oh, I want to make sure I'm using my spaces. Meatball spaces between words, spaghetti spaces between letters. Okay, so these are here to remind me, and I'll set this right next to myself while I'm doing my writing so that I can look over and remember what I want to focus on. Remember, you'll set a timer, write for about 20 or 25 minutes. When you finish, you're going to, start packing up your writing, but you're going to want to look at this whiteboard and say to yourself, did I sound out my words? Okay, great. I can put a check mark there. Did I use end marks? You might need to go back and look at your writing to see, did I put an end mark? Did I use meatball spaces or spaghetti spaces? You might need to look and see, did you do that? And if not, you might want to do a little fixing to try and include those things. Okay, so you're going to pick 3 goals and make sure that you really focus on them during your writing. Now, there's something else that I want to tell you, is that I want you to try and finish up the story that you're working on in writing workshop. It doesn't have to be today, but you have a few days. Next week on Monday, I'd like us to all start fresh with our writing so that we can use one of the story maps and start from the very beginning and talk about that process again. We started before, like last week, we started doing that a little bit, but I want to start fresh so we can all do it together at the same time and use our story maps to move into a story. So whatever story you're working on, you have lots of days until then. You have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you can write on any of those days and try and finish up that story that you have started. Okay, so how many goals? 3 goals to pick. I picked 3 goals. Let's see, the magic word for today is duck. So once you get settled in your space, you set the timer. You can say duck or have someone in your family say duck, and that'll be your signal to start your quiet, focused writing. Okay, I would love to hear about and see what you're writing. Have fun.